Hello guys, welcome to Tech and Tech. In this video we're going to talk about modern warfare. And no, we're not going to talk about this Call of Duty Modern Warfare. We're going to talk about the real Modern Warfare. The real bullshit Modern Warfare that we are going to see today and we are already seeing. In fact, this video is going to have tons of cursed words in it, so you better get your child away from the monitor because I don't want to be responsible for teaching your children cursed words. Anyway, let's get on to the actual video. Now, many channels that have been successful on YouTube have had a thing that made them unique, such as for most history channels, it's epic animations for them to show you what a historic event looked like. For me, because I can't do animations, I have to do something else that makes the channel unique. Now, what can that be? In this case, I decided it to be aggressive history. Now, when you shorten it, it turns to for short, and I think it's a fitting name because in Persian is when you something doesn't go the way you want it to go, so you just yell and you can definitely say that it's an aggressive word. So I think it definitely fits the description. Anyway, let's get on. Warfare since the beginning of humanity has existed. It has existed between humans and animals, humans and humans, and now it's going toward being humans against robots and machinery and all those goddamn Anyway, now, one thing that has been used throughout the wars in long years has been strategy. Now, what was strategy was that during the old times, strategy had the most effect because, in fact, battles at the time were actually fair, which meaning that it was strategically fair and you had to provide your soldiers tactical advantage in order to be able to take down your enemies. But in modern days, you are going to be strategically superior, and no matter how much tactical superiority your enemy has, as long as you can keep your troops together, you can win any war that you want. In fact, you can go Google as many wars as you want, and you can see that most of the wars that have guns in them have been won this way. But like during the old times, war was fair. It was you had to use skills, such as with swords and with shields and with armor. You had to choose yourself a good weaponry because too heavy armor, you want to be a tank, but you can't move. You're basically useless. Your enemy is gonna be fighting an army of mannequins, but because your soldiers can't move their arms because of how heavy and their suit is. And if you want to go all aggressive, you definitely are going to be met with a volley of arrows that'll definitely leave your entire army destroyed. Now, which is why you have to gain yourself a balance between light armor, heavy armor, weaponry, shields, and you have to choose your weapons carefully. Bows and arrows, swords, knives, maces, axes, all of them wield different advantages, which in fact, allows you to do different things, such as mace is great for crushing heavy armor because of the fact it has a ton of fucking weight, and once you fucking strike an enemy, it's definitely going to break through their armor. But swords, on the other hand, they cannot penetrate heavy armor, but it's best used against light armor because it can definitely slash through whatever you're wearing and definitely up your soldiers. Now, the other thing that you had to watch out for was ambushes and, like as I said, tactical advantages. As long as you can flank an enemy, you have a tactical advantage over them. It doesn't matter with what weapon and what armor they are holding. Like if they're wearing a knight armor and wielding even an axe, if you can flank them, you can even take them out with your bare hands if you are skilled enough. As I said, old warfare had some things to do with skill. Modern warfare, it's just how you shoot a gun. Like you can just pull the trigger, and as long as you can control the recoil, you can definitely hit more targets than I can count. So basically, modern warfare requires pretty few skills. In fact, in modern warfare, there are very few soldiers getting caught in battles, such as in old warfare, it was thousands of soldiers within a single battle. But in modern warfare, there are less than 100 soldiers in a goddamn war. But as I said, tactical advantages. Now, these tactical advantages were what made the battles unique. Such as great generals, such as the Carthaginian Hannibal, actually had a great understanding of how to run an ambush, which was what made him a great general. Because when you ambush an enemy or when you stealth attack an enemy camp, the enemy doesn't understand you're there as long as one of the guard yells and informs the rest. meaning that as long as you can take out as many troops as you can, like there are two soldiers standing next to each other, if you can take one out, and then before the other one can scream, you can take the other one out, you are basically won. In Modern Warfare, there is no such thing as stealth. As soon as somebody sees anything suspicious, they'll call a radio call, and then like an entire goddamn army is gonna let hell loose on your goddamn army. So basically, tactics, ambushes, and stealth has all become useless. Another thing that has made Modern Warfare bullshit is booby traps, because you can get killed by them without even being fighting. Like, you're supposed to die in fighting. That's the whole point of a war. In fact, a conquest is something made up a lot of wars. A war is something made up a lot of battles, and the battle is something made up of a lot of fights. Now, when you don't have a fight, how the fuck are you going to have a war? Of course, you can't have a war, because of the fact it's something that it's H2O, because that's the formula for water. If you don't have the H, then you can't have water. So how the f are you going to have water without the H, or hydrogen? Anyway, but you can get killed without fighting. Like you're walking and going towards a battle, and then suddenly a mine explodes under your feet. Don't you feel a lot of pressure on you at that moment? I joined the army to be fighting, not to be dying on something that I didn't even know existed until I stepped on it. Of course not. Of course you'll get a lot of pressure on you. And then the other thing is missiles. In fact, the most bullshit thing about Modern Warfare is its missiles, because missiles are something that are not man-wielded. They are UAVs, or unmanned aerial vehicles, and they can be controlled from afar, making a skill almost useless within Modern Warfare. And also another thing that's pretty bullshit about Modern Warfare is because during other warfares, there are actually soldiers that are going to be fighting, and there are soldiers because they accepted the fact that they may die within their fights. Now with missiles and Modern Warfare, missiles usually don't find military targets. They usually get targeted towards industrial and civilian constructions. So you have a missile, and instead of attacking an enemy base, you decide to attack the enemy's goddamn capital city. So of course you're going to kill a lot of civilians. And what is different between a civilian and a goddamn army officer is that the army officer actually decided that he's going to die for his country, but the civilian didn't go join the army because he doesn't want to die. He values his goddamn life. So what the fuck is the point of taking it when he's not even ready to give it? It makes sense what I'm saying, right? So another thing that's been made useless in Modern Warfare is skill and actually battles. Because in fact, let's take Iran-Israel war, for example. The entire war was less than 2 days or a week apart, and you just had one Israeli missile hitting Iran, and you had 3 Iranian missiles hit Israel. That's how bullshit the war was. In fact, this is the total explanation of Modern Warfare. You can also see the explanation of Modern Warfare within Ukraine. In fact, there is barely any fighting going on. If you compare it to other wars such as World War II, World War I, and even the Napoleonic Wars and all of the wars before them, you can see that there are a hell lot less combat within Modern Warfare than it was in warfares before. In fact, combat and use of skill and tactics have been getting more and more useless as time went by. Such as, let's say an example, such as Hannibal. Because he was the master of ambush, I have to continuously say him. He could manage to position his soldiers in a different direction, so when the Romans engaged in combat, they wouldn't be paying attention to their surroundings, so their army could easily flank them, they could easily hit them, and they could easily destroy the Roman army. But in Modern Warfare, you have drones, you have UAVs that are going to continuously roam around the area, and as soon as the slightest enemy presence is seen, they just definitely radio your army, and you will be informed, and the entire goddamn stealth mission is gonna be over. Now, that's the basic thing why I hate Modern Warfare, and in fact, war is actually a good thing, but Modern Warfare is a bad thing. I'll definitely make a video about how war is a good thing when people die, more people die, soldiers die, and there's a lot of death, there's a lot of destruction. I'll definitely make a video about why war is good. In fact, like here, let me show you an example of how modern warfare is like. Now I have a missile and I'm going to hit your country with it, and I'm going to destroy your cities and kill your civilians, kill your soldiers, destroy your country, and you know, all that old bullshit. How dare you try to attack my country? I have now intercepted your missiles and I have your missiles, and I'm going to reverse engineer them, and I'm going to make another missile out of them because I now have your building plans, I know how you make missiles, and now I'm going to use your own missiles against you. Well, now that I have your missile plans, as I said, I'm going to reverse engineer them, and I know your technologies, and I'm going to make a missile superior to your missile. Let me get back to work.
A few moments later.
I now have a superior missile. Even though it does look like a ship, it's definitely a missile, and it's way stronger than your missile. And I'm going to shoot it to you and destroy your country. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you like more like videos, make sure to write in the comments, I love and I'll definitely be notified, and I'll definitely make more like videos. So make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell to be notified of the rest of the words that will occur on the channel later. Thank you for watching again, and stand by for the next video.